My son looked me dead in the eye and said, "We're keeping the mansion. Find your own way, Mom." Then he drove off, leaving me standing on the side of the road like yesterday's trash. I remember Chun, 24 years old, and I just lost everything I built from nothing. You might think that's impossible. How does a mother lose her fortune to her own child? How does the woman who sacrificed everything get thrown away like garbage? Have you ever trusted someone so completely that you handed them the keys to your entire life? Have you ever loved someone so much that you ignored every red flag waving in your face? The mansion behind me used to be my dream home. 12 bedrooms, marble floors, a pool that cost more than most people's houses. I bought every brick with blood, sweat, and tears. I was 16 when I had my son, 17 when his father walked out, 18 when I started my first business cleaning offices at midnight. But here's what nobody tells you about success. The higher you climb, the further you can fall. And sometimes, the person pushing you off the cliff is the one you die for. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Your son isn't acting alone. Want to know who's really pulling the strings? The sender's name makes my blood freeze. Marcus Chun, my ex-husband. The man who abandoned us 8 years ago. Marcus left when Xander was just 8 months old. Said he couldn't handle being tied down by a baby and a teenager. I was alone, broke, and desperate. Do you know what it's like to work 3 jobs while your baby sleeps in a car seat beside you? I cleaned offices from midnight to 6 a.m., worked retail during the day, and did people's taxes on weekends. Every dollar went toward diapers, formula, and rent on our tiny apartment. Xander was my motivation. When he took his first steps, I promised him we'd never be poor again. When he said his first word, "Mama," I swore I'd build an empire for him. By 20, I had my own cleaning company. By 22, I owned 15 office buildings. By 24, I was worth $30 million. I gave Xander everything I never had. Private schools, vacations, anything his heart desired. Maybe that was my mistake. Maybe I loved him too much. The mansion felt empty without him, but I told myself it was temporary. College kids need space, right? When he graduated and came home, things would go back to normal. Instead, he came back different. Cold. Calculating. He started asking questions about my business, my accounts, my will. I thought he was being responsible, learning about the family empire. Last month, he convinced me to sign some papers. "Just updating your estate planning, Mom. Trust me." Those words echo in my head as I stare at Marcus's text. Trust. What a dangerous word. My hands shake as I call him back. "What do you want, Marcus?" His voice is smooth, confident. "Hello, Ember. Long time no see. You have 30 seconds to explain yourself before I hang up and call the police," I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Marcus laughs. That same cruel laugh that haunted my nightmares for years. "Oh, Ember. Always so dramatic. I'm calling to congratulate you on raising such a smart son. Xander's learned so much about business lately." My stomach drops. "What did you do to him?" "Nothing he didn't want. See, children need father figures, Ember. Xander reached out to me 2 years ago. Said he felt sorry for his poor old dad, living paycheck to paycheck while his mother got rich. Have you ever felt your heart break and your blood boil at the same time? That's what betrayal feels like. Pure, burning ice in your veins. "You're lying," I whisper. "Am I?" "Check your accounts, darling. Check the deed to your precious mansion. Check the ownership papers for your companies. You'll find some interesting signatures." I'm already pulling up my banking app with shaking fingers. My business account shows a balance of $43. My personal savings, 0. My investment portfolio, liquidated. How? The word comes out like a croak. Power of attorney is a beautiful thing, especially when your loving son convinces you to sign it during a family dinner. You remember, don't you? Last month? You were so proud of him for taking interest in the family business. The papers. Those stupid papers I signed without reading because I trusted my baby boy. Because I wanted him involved in my success. You manipulated him, I say, but even as the words leave my mouth, I know they sound desperate. Did I? Or Did I simply show him what he was entitled to? What you kept from him all these years while you played the martyr single mother? The line goes quiet except for my ragged breathing. Cars speed past me on the highway, their headlights blurring through my tears. What do you want, Marcus? Nothing, actually. I already have everything. Your son, your money, your house. I just called to say thank you. After 8 years, you've finally given me what I deserved all along. The call ends. I'm standing on the side of the road, homeless, penniless, and completely alone. But then I remember something Marcus never knew about me. I didn't build my fortune by giving up when things got hard. I'm about to remind him why he should have stayed gone. I walk 3 miles to the nearest motel. The clerk takes pity on me and accepts the emergency credit card I keep hidden in my shoe. Room 237 smells like cigarettes and broken dreams, but it's shelter. Sitting on the scratchy bedspread, I force myself to think clearly. Marcus didn't just stumble back into our lives. This was planned, calculated. But he made one mistake. He underestimated me. First, I call my lawyer. Voicemail. I try my accountant. Same thing. My business manager won't even accept my calls. Marcus has been thorough, turning my own people against me. But he forgot about Sarah. Sarah Martinez has been my friend since we were 17. She watched Xander when I worked late. She celebrated every business milestone with me. More importantly, she's a private investigator now. Ember? Girl, where have you been? I've been trying to reach you for weeks. Relief floods through me. Finally, someone who still cares. Sarah, I need help. Marcus is back, and he's taken everything. I know. I've been investigating him since he showed up at Xander's graduation. Ember, there's stuff you need to know about your ex-husband. Bad stuff. She agrees to meet me tomorrow morning. For the first time in hours, I feel a spark of hope. I spend the night researching Marcus online. Turns out, he's been busy these past 8 years. 3 different aliases. 2 restraining orders from women in different states. 1 bankruptcy filed under a fake name. But the most interesting discovery is a marriage certificate from Nevada. Marcus Chen married someone named Isabella Rodriguez 6 months ago, while he was wooing our son and plotting to steal my fortune. My son has no idea his father is a con artist. Dawn creeps through the motel's thin curtains. I check my reflection in the cracked bathroom mirror. My eyes are red, but there's steel in them now. Marcus wanted a war? He's about to get one. Sarah texts me an address and tells me to come alone. She's found something that changes everything. As I walk to meet her, my phone buzzes with a text from Xander. Mom, I'm sorry it had to be this way. Dad explained everything. You've been lying to me my whole life. The message feels like a knife between my ribs. But underneath the pain, anger grows. Marcus didn't just steal my money. He stole my son's love. He poisoned the most important relationship in my life. Nobody hurts my child and gets away with it. Not even my child's father. Sarah's office sits above a coffee shop in downtown Portland. She buzzes me up, and I find her surrounded by papers, photos, and computer screens. She looks like she hasn't slept in days. Sit down, she says, pouring coffee into a chipped mug. What I'm about to tell you is going to hurt. She slides a thick folder across her desk. Inside are bank statements, police reports, and surveillance photos. Marcus wasn't just absent from our lives. He was busy destroying other families. He's done this before, Ember. At least 4 times that I can prove. He targets single mothers who've built successful businesses. Comes back into their kids' lives, turns them against their mothers, then steals everything. My hands tremble as I flip through the evidence. A woman in Texas lost her restaurant chain. Another in Florida lost her tech company. All of them had teenage children. All of them trusted their ex-husbands. Where are they now? I ask. Sarah's face darkens. 1 committed suicide. 1's homeless. 2 are in psychiatric facilities. The coffee turns to acid in my stomach. And their children? That's the worst part. Once Marcus gets control of the money, he abandons the kids too. Leaves them with nothing and no one. I think about Xander, so proud of reconnecting with his father. So convinced that I'm the villain in the story. There's more, Sarah continues. She shows me photos of Marcus with a young woman, early 20s, pregnant, holding hands with him outside a courthouse. Meet Isabella Rodriguez. She thinks she's married to a successful businessman named Martin Rodriguez. She has no idea he's already married to someone else under a different name in Arizona. The pieces click together. Marcus isn't just stealing from me, he's running the same scam on multiple women simultaneously. Sarah, I need you to find Isabella. I need to talk to her. Already done. She's living in your old neighborhood, actually, renting a house 3 blocks from your mansion. A plan starts forming in my mind. Marcus thinks he's won, but he's made critical mistakes. He's gotten greedy, running too many cons at once. And he's forgotten the most important rule of war: never underestimate your enemy. My phone rings. Xander's name appears on the screen. Mom. His voice sounds strange. Scared. Something happened.
Did he try to?
I need help. The line goes dead. Every instinct screams at me to run to him, but Sarah grabs my arm. It's a trap, Ember. Marcus is using him as bait. Then I guess I'm walking into a trap, I say, grabbing my keys. Because no matter what Xander's done to me, he's still my baby. And nobody, not even his father, is going to hurt him while I'm alive to stop it. I drive toward the mansion with my heart pounding like a war drum. Sarah follows in her car, promising to call the cops if I don't check in every 30 minutes. Have you ever walked knowingly into danger because someone you love needs you? That's what real love looks like. Stupid, reckless, and absolutely necessary. The mansion's gates are wide open. Too easy. Marcus wants me here, but why? I park behind Xander's car and notice the front door is cracked open. Every horror movie I've ever seen screams at me to turn around. I step inside and freeze. The house is trashed. Furniture overturned, family photos smashed, my awards scattered across the marble floor. This isn't just theft, it's personal destruction. Xander. My voice echoes through the empty halls. I find him in the kitchen, slumped over the island. His eyes are glassy, unfocused. There's a pill bottle beside his hand, and for one terrifying second, I think he's dead. Mom. He looks up, confused. What are you doing here? Dad said you were never coming back. I rush to him, checking his pulse. It's slow but steady. What did you take, baby? Dad gave me something for stress. Said the transition would be hard. His words slur together. Transition, like stealing from your mother, is just a business merger. I grab the pill bottle. Rohypnol. Date rape drugs. Marcus has been drugging my son to keep him compliant. Xander, listen to me. Your father isn't who you think he is. But his eyes roll back, and he slumps forward again. Whatever Marcus gave him, it's strong. Footsteps echo from the front hall. Marcus walks in like he owns the place, which legally he does now. Hello, darling. Right on time. What did you give him? I position myself between Marcus and my unconscious son. Marcus straightens his tie like we're having a business meeting. Just something to keep him calm. The boy was getting suspicious, asking too many questions about my other wife.
So Xander found out about Isabella. Good.
Maybe there's hope for him yet. You're sick, Marcus. He's your son, too. He's a means to an end, just like you were. Marcus pulls out his phone and shows me a video. It's security footage of me entering the house. Breaking and entering. Trespassing. The police are already on their way. The trap snaps shut around me. He planned this perfectly, get me here, drug Xander, so he can't defend me, then have me arrested for trying to save my own child. You won't get away with this. I know about the other families. I know about Isabella. For the first time, Marcus looks rattled. You always were too nosy for your own good. He moves toward me, and I grab a kitchen knife from the block. Stay back. Or what? You'll stab me? In front of your son? Think about how that'll look to the jury. Sirens wail in the distance. Marcus smiles. Your chariot awaits, Ember. But then Xander stirs. Dad? What's happening? His voice is clearer now, like the drugs are wearing off. Nothing, son. Your mother's having another breakdown. The police are coming to help her. Xander looks between us, confusion clearing from his eyes. Mom, you're bleeding. I look down. There's a cut on my arm from the broken glass I stepped through. But more importantly, Xander called me Mom. Not this woman or her.
Mom.
Xander, your father has been giving you drugs. Check your pockets. He fumbles in his jacket and pulls out another pill bottle. His face goes white as he reads the label. Dad, what is this? The police cars pull into the driveway. Marcus's smile falters as he realizes his perfect plan has one flaw. Xander is waking up. Son, don't listen to her lies. These aren't for stress, Xander says, his voice getting stronger. These are, Mom. These are roofies. The front door explodes open. Police. Hands where we can see them. But as the officers flood in, I see something that makes my blood run cold. Marcus is holding a gun, and it's pointed straight at Xander's head. Nobody move. Marcus shouts, his hand shaking as he holds the gun to Xander's temple. The police officers freeze, their own weapons drawn. The kitchen becomes a standoff, with my drugged son caught in the middle. Have you ever watched your whole world balance on the edge of a knife? One wrong move, one wrong word, and everything you've ever loved disappears forever. Sir, put the weapon down, the lead officer says. Let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about, Marcus snarls. This woman broke into my house.
She attacked me.
I'm defending myself and my son. Xander's eyes are wide with terror, but he's fully awake now. The drugs have worn off enough for him to understand what's happening.
Dad, please. Put the gun down.
Shut up, Marcus snaps. You're just like your mother, ungrateful after everything I've given you. Everything he's given him? Marcus abandoned us. I gave Xander everything. I worked myself to death to build the empire this monster just stole. Officers, I say carefully, check his identification. Run his name through your system. You'll find he has warrants in 3 states. Marcus's face goes red. She's lying. But the officers are already talking into their radios. Within minutes, I hear confirmation. Marcus Rodriguez, wanted for fraud in Nevada. Martin Chun, restraining order violation in Texas. Michael Rodriguez, identity theft in Arizona. My ex-husband isn't just a deadbeat dad. He's a career criminal. Sir, we need you to lower your weapon immediately, the officer says. Not until she admits what she's done. Tell them, Amber. Tell them how you stole my son from me. How you poisoned him against his own father. The rage I've been holding back finally breaks free. I raised him alone. You walked out when he was 8 months old. I built everything we have while you were off destroying other families. Lies. Marcus screams, but his hand is shaking harder now. Tell them about the money you hid from me. Tell them how you cheated me out of my rightful share. What rightful share? I laugh, but there's no humor in it. You never worked a day in your life. You never paid child support. You never even sent him a birthday card. Xander is staring at his father like he's seeing him for the first time. Is that true, Dad? Don't listen to her, son. Is it true you left us when I was a baby? The question hangs in the air like poison. Marcus opens his mouth, but no lies come out this time. That's when I realize something that changes everything. The gun isn't loaded. I see it in Marcus's eyes. The desperate look of a man whose bluff has been called. The way he's holding the gun, the tremor in his hands, the sweat beading on his forehead. He's putting on a show. Do you know what happens when a coward gets cornered? They make mistakes. The gun isn't loaded, I say quietly to the officers. Marcus's face goes white. Yes, it is. Don't test me. But Xander has figured it out too. My smart boy, even drugged, even brainwashed, he's still sharp. He elbows his father hard in the ribs and rolls away. The fake gun clatters across the marble floor. Marcus stands there empty-handed, facing 5 police officers with real weapons. Game over, I whisper. They cuff him immediately. As they read him his rights, Marcus keeps screaming about how I'm the real criminal, how I stole his life, how none of this is his fault. Classic narcissist. Even caught red-handed, he's the victim in his own mind. Xander sits on the kitchen floor, holding his head. Mom, I'm so sorry. I thought he showed me papers. He said you'd been lying about everything. I kneel beside him, and for the first time in months, my son doesn't pull away when I touch his face. What kind of papers? Bank statements showing you had secret accounts. Photos of you with other men. A recording of you supposedly talking about how much you regretted having me. My heart breaks all over again. Marcus didn't just steal my money. He manufactured an entire false history to turn my son against me. None of that was real, baby. Your father is very good at making lies look like truth. The paramedics check Xander's vitals while the police finish their investigation. As Marcus is loaded into the patrol car, he catches my eye through the window. This isn't over, he mouths. But I've got news for him.
He's right.
It isn't over. Because while he was busy playing mind games with my son, I was busy learning some things about him too. And tomorrow, I'm going to pay a visit to someone who's going to be very interested in meeting me. Isabella Rodriguez, Marcus's pregnant wife, is about to learn she's married to a monster. And together, we're going to make sure he never hurts another family again. The next morning, I drive through my old neighborhood with Xander beside me. He's quiet, probably still processing everything that happened. The drugs are out of his system, but the emotional damage will take time to heal. Mom, how did you know the gun wasn't real? He asks. Your father was always a coward. Real killers don't shake like leaves when they hold weapons. We pull up to a small house with a red door and a garden full of sunflowers. Isabella's car is in the driveway, a beat-up Honda that probably costs more to fix than it's worth. Have you ever had to tell a pregnant woman that her husband is a fraud? It's about to become the hardest conversation of my life. Isabella answers the door with a baby bump that looks about 6 months along. She's younger than I expected, maybe 22, with kind eyes and calloused hands that speak of hard work. Can I help you? My name is Emberchin. I think we need to talk about your husband. Her face changes immediately. Fear flickers across her features. Martin's not here. I know. He's in jail. For drugging my son and stealing $30 million from me. Isabella's legs give out. Xander catches her before she hits the ground, and we help her to the couch. She's crying now, huge tears that speak of a woman who's suspected the truth but been too afraid to face it. I knew something was wrong, she whispers. The different names, the way he'd disappear for days. But he said he was protecting us from business enemies. I show her the folders Sarah compiled. Bank records, marriage certificates under different names, police reports from his other victims. Your husband isn't Martin Rodriguez. His real name is Marcus Chin. He's been married 4 times under different identities. You're not legally married to him. His marriage to me was never officially dissolved. Isabella stares at the papers like they're written in a foreign language. But the baby will be better off without him. I say firmly. Trust me on that. She looks up at me with desperate eyes. What am I going to do? I quit my job. I gave him all my savings for the house down payment. I have nothing. That's when I make a decision that surprises even me. You have more than you think. And you're not alone anymore. I explain my plan. Isabella has something I need, access to Marcus's current schemes. He's been using her address for mail, her name for business licenses, her credit for loans. She's unknowingly been his front person for months. Help me bring him down completely, and I'll make sure you and your baby are set for life. Isabella wipes her tears and looks at the evidence again. When she speaks, her voice is steel. What do you need me to do? That's when my phone rings. Sarah's name flashes on the screen. Ember, we have a problem. Marcus made bail. And he's not alone. My blood turns to ice. What do you mean, not alone? He's got help. Professional help. Someone just wired $2 million to his attorney's account from an offshore bank in the Cayman Islands. I look at Isabella, then at Xander. Marcus didn't just steal from me. He's been working with someone bigger, someone with serious money and connections. Who? I ask, though I'm not sure I want to know the answer. I'm still working on that. But Ember, they know where you are. Get out of there.
Now.
Through the window, I see a black SUV pulling up to the curb. The doors open, and 3 men in expensive suits step out. They're not here to talk. Back door, I whisper to Isabella and Xander.
Now.
We slip through her kitchen as the men approach the front entrance. Through the window, I see them checking weapons inside their jackets. This isn't a social call. Have you ever run for your life while protecting two people you barely know? Every step feels like it could be your last. Isabella grabs a bag from her closet. Smart girl, she's been preparing for this possibility. Xander helps her climb the back fence while I watch for the suits.
They're inside now.
I hear furniture crashing, voices shouting commands. Professional hunters searching for prey. We make it to my car and drive in silence for 10 minutes before anyone speaks. Who were those men? Isabella asks, her hand protective over her belly. People who don't want Marcus talking, I say. Which means he's working for someone bigger than we thought. My phone buzzes. Sarah again. Ember, where are you? I trace the money. It came from Blackstone Enterprises. They're a shell company for the Kozlov family. The Russian mob. My ex-husband isn't just a con artist, he's connected to organized crime. They've been using his marriage scams to launder money, Sarah continues. Each time he steals from a woman, the cash gets cleaned through fake businesses and offshore accounts. Suddenly, this isn't just about getting my money back. This is about survival. Sarah, I need you to do something for me.
Contact the FBI.
Tell them about the Kozlov connection. Already done. But Ember, they can't protect you until they have solid evidence. Right now, it's just your word against theirs. I look at Isabella in my rearview mirror. She's pale but determined. Not just my word. Isabella has access to Marcus's files. She's been his business partner, whether she knew it or not. Then we need those files.
Tonight.
Before they disappear forever. But as we plan our next move, Xander grabs my arm. Mom, look. In the mirror, I see the black SUV following us 3 cars back. They found us. I take a sharp right into downtown traffic, weaving between cars like a movie chase scene. The SUV follows, but they're trying to stay hidden now. There, Xander points to a parking garage. We can lose them in there. Smart boy. We spiral up to the 3rd level and park between 2 minivans. I kill the engine, and we wait, hearts pounding like drums. Do you know what silence sounds like when killers are hunting you? It's the loudest sound in the world. After 20 minutes, I risk starting the car. We make it to Sarah's office without seeing the SUV again, but I know they're still out there. Sarah has turned her office into a war room. Maps, photos, computer screens showing bank transfers and flight records. She's been busy. Isabella, I need you to look at these documents, Sarah says, spreading papers across her desk. Tell me which ones Marcus had you sign. Isabella studies them, her face growing paler with each page. This one. And this. He said they were insurance forms for the baby. They're business incorporation papers. You're listed as the owner of 6 different companies in 3 states. All of them are fronts for money laundering. Isabella sinks into a chair. I'm going to prison, aren't I? Not if we get to the FBI first, I say. You're a victim, not a criminal. Sarah's computer beeps. Incoming message from an encrypted account. She reads it aloud. Return what you stole, or the girl dies.
They're not talking about Isabella.
They mean me. How did they get this number? Sarah asks. Before I can answer, her phone rings. An unknown number. Put it on speaker, I say. A man's voice fills the room, heavily accented. Russian. Ms. Chen, you have caused considerable trouble for our business arrangement. Your business arrangement involved stealing from me and drugging my son. He laughs coldly. Marcus is expendable, but the money he washed for us is not. You will return it, or we will take it from your corpse. I don't have it. Marcus moved everything to accounts I can't access. Then you will convince him to return it. You have 24 hours. The line goes dead. Isabella is crying quietly, her hands wrapped around her belly. They're going to kill us, she whispers. That's when Sarah opens her laptop and shows us something that changes everything. Not if we kill them first. Sarah's screen shows security footage from the parking garage where we lost the SUV. She's been tracking them while we talked. I know where they're staying. A warehouse on the east side. Same place the Kozlov family uses for all their Portland operations. I stare at her. You want us to attack the Russian mob? That's insane. No, I want us to be smart about this. Isabella has access to Marcus's accounts through her business partnerships. If we can transfer the money back before they expect it, we might buy ourselves time. Isabella looks up from her tears. I can't access anything. Marcus kept all the passwords. But you have something better, Sarah says. You have his phone.
She's right.
When Marcus was arrested, Isabella grabbed his cell phone from their house. She's been carrying it in her bag like a security blanket. His banking apps are still logged in, Sarah continues. If we move fast, we can return their money and maybe even keep some of what's rightfully yours, Ember. Have you ever had to choose between justice and survival? Sometimes being smart means letting the bad guys win the battle so you can live to fight the war. We spend 3 hours moving money through electronic transfers. Isabella's fingers shake as she follows Sarah's instructions, but she's tougher than she looks. Done, Sarah finally says. 15 million back to their accounts. 5 million to Isabella's personal account. And 10 million to a secure account I set up for you, Ember. It's not everything I lost, but it's enough to start over. My phone rings. The Russian again. Very good, Miss Chen. You are more reasonable than your husband. Ex-husband. And I want something in return. You are hardly in a position to make demands. Marcus knows too much about your operations. He's a loose end. Handle it and we never speak again. Silence on the line. Then, you would sacrifice the father of your child? I look at Xander, then at Isabella with her unborn baby. He stopped being a father the day he abandoned us. He's your problem now. The call ends. Within hours, news reports announce that Marcus Chen died in jail. A fight with another prisoner, they say. But I know the truth. Some debts can only be paid in blood. 3 months later, I'm standing in the main hall of my mansion. The house is mine again, but it feels different now. Emptier. Like all the anger and betrayal soaked into the walls. Xander is doing better. He's in therapy, working through the manipulation and drug damage. He's also taking business classes, determined to help me rebuild what we lost. Isabella had her baby last week. A little girl she named Hope. She's living in the guest house, finishing her nursing degree online. Turns out, she's brilliant with numbers too. Mom, Xander says, finding me in the kitchen where this all started. I have something for you. He hands me a legal document. Deed papers for the mansion, signed over to both our names. I want us to be partners this time. Real partners. No secrets, no lies. I hug him tight, breathing in the scent of my boy, who almost wasn't my boy anymore. Actually, I say, pulling back with a smile, I have a different idea. That afternoon, I call a meeting with the lawyers. Isabella joins us, carrying baby Hope. I want to convert the mansion into something else, I announce. A shelter for single mothers. Women who've been abandoned, abused, or conned by the men they trusted. Isabella's eyes fill with tears. Ember, you don't have to. Yes, I do. This house was built with love, but it's been poisoned by betrayal. Time to clean it out. The lawyers start taking notes. Xander nods approvingly. We'll call a Hope House, I continue, smiling at Isabella's baby. And Isabella will run it. She understands what these women are going through. Have you ever turned your pain into someone else's salvation? It's the closest thing to magic I've ever experienced. But as we're signing papers, Sarah bursts through the door with a grim expression. We have a problem. A big one. Sarah spreads photos across the conference table. They show a woman I don't recognize, but she's holding a baby that looks exactly like Xander did at that age. Meet Marcus's first wife. The one from before you. Her name is Catherine Mills, and she's been looking for him for 15 years. My blood goes cold. What does she want? Everything he stole from her. Including this house. Sarah slides over a legal document. She's claiming that Marcus bought this mansion with money he embezzled from her family's company. If she can prove it, she owns half of everything you've ever built. The room spins. After everything we've been through, there's still more? There's something else, Sarah continues. Her son, Marcus's first child. He's been in prison for armed robbery. He gets out next month. Isabella clutches baby Hope tighter. Xander's face goes white. So we fight her, I say. We've beaten worse odds. Ember, Sarah says gently. She has cancer. Stage 4. She's dying, and all she wants is to leave something for her son. The son Marcus abandoned just like he abandoned Xander. The irony hits me like a truck. This woman is me, 15 years ago, fighting for her child, trying to build something from nothing after being betrayed by the same man. Do you know what true strength looks like? It's choosing compassion when revenge would be easier. I walk to the window, overlooking my beautiful garden. The sunflowers Isabella planted are blooming now, their faces turned toward the light. Set up a meeting with her. I say finally. Ember, Xander starts. No arguments. If Marcus stole from her to buy this place, then she deserves justice too. 2 weeks later, Catherine Mills sits in my living room. She's thin, pale, but her eyes burn with the same fire I recognize in my own mirror. I don't want to take your home, she says. I just want what's fair. Then let's figure out what fair looks like. We spend hours going through records, bank statements, business documents. It's true. Marcus used money from her family's trucking company to make the down payment on my mansion. But here's what Catherine doesn't know yet. I'm about to give her something worth more than money. Your son, I say. What's his name? David. He made mistakes, but he's a good kid. Marcus left us with nothing, and David tried to provide the only way he knew how. I make a decision that surprises everyone, including myself. When David gets out, offer him a job. Isabella's going to need security for the shelter, and someone who understands what it's like to be abandoned by Marcus might be exactly what these women need. Catherine starts crying. You'd trust him? After everything? Everyone deserves a second chance. Especially children Marcus threw away. 6 months later, Hope House opens its doors. The mansion that was built with stolen money now shelters 40 women and 60 children. Catherine lived long enough to see her son become head of security, protecting the families Marcus would have destroyed. Isabella runs the day-to-day operations while finishing medical school. Xander manages the finances, making sure every dollar goes where it should. And me? I found something worth more than $30 million. I found peace. Standing in the garden at sunset, watching children play, where I once felt so alone, I realized that some victories can't be measured in money. Some battles are won not by destroying your enemies, but by refusing to let them destroy the love in your heart. Marcus took my fortune, but he couldn't take my family. In the end, that made all the difference. The mansion stands strong, no longer a symbol of what one woman could build alone, but of what broken people can create together. Hope House, where every ending becomes a beginning.